Lovely morning, and yes, today we have a live session. So, welcome everyone. And guys, we are going to talk about banking sector today, and also we are going to have a basically Q&A. So, welcome Tendrance, welcome Vishwanath. Of course, today mostly it will be in English, so don't worry about that. So, English me yoga and the most of the conversation 90-95% in English, maybe 5-10% in Hindi. If you want to, if you are comfortable in Hindi, we'll speak in Hindi also in between. So welcome everyone, guys, and let us start with the banking sector. Why? What topic I'm going to talk about is today how to analyze a stock in banking sector. This is one of the prominent question asked by most of the investors, even our members. That is in Thoughtful Investor Hub. Uh, Many ask know how to evaluate a banking sector and also banking stock, and that is one of the prominent question asked. So today we are going to talk about that in detail. Also, then afterwards I'll take your Q&A. So let us start with that. So talking about banking sector, guys. Hope my voice is clear. By the way, if it is clear, then just type C for clear in the chat box. C for clear in the chat box. At least I'll come to know that yes, my voice is clear. So basically banking sector, it is like a no, it's like a blood in the economy. Okay, unless the banking sector is not good, the economy is not going to grow up. And guys, from here no, we are going to have a much better situation here in next no 10 years. We are going to grow a lot, and in that scenario, no, banking sector will play a big role. So of course banking is in a mega trend. Thanks bit and tones for clarifying. And that's why no, you should invest in banking sector. At least I suggest that at least have minimum around 15% allocation of your portfolio to banking sector, because banking sector is going to grow a lot. And of course now the banking rally has started. We have already touched all time high. So from here I think there will be a good rally in banking sector also. And basically you can invest 3-4 good quality banks. And how to evaluate that banks, okay, कैसे आपको देखना है, कैसे आपको evaluate करना है, that is what we are going to talk about. So shall we start? If you are yes, then just type bio in the chat box, bring it on in the chat box, and let me start with the banking sector. And guys, so some of the ratios I'll directly cut short, because honestly speaking, half an hour 1 hour is not enough to cover, because I want to give you a Q&A time also. So I'll cut short and I'll tell you directly what to see in bank when you are reviewing a bank. I'm talking about the fundamental analysis. I'm not going to talk about technical analysis here, because what I feel always, in long-term investing, no, 80-90% is fundamental only. Yes, technical you can use it for entry exit level, but today we'll talk about much more at a fundamental level, because that is a core at the end of the day. So how to review a stock at a fundamental level, that is what I'm going to talk about. So some of the ratios which you have to keep in mind, let me show you the ratios which you have to keep in mind. Just a minute, let me share the screen here. So let me, yeah, okay, I think 1 minute. Let me share the whole screen, that is better. So yes. So let us talk about financial ratios. Which are the financial ratios you have to keep in mind when you are analyzing a banking sector? And I know if you are a non-finance guy, you may be feeling that अपन यार ये कैसे समझेंगे हम लोग, because it is a financial term. But guys, you have to understand. And if you go to our financial analysis module in Thoughtful Investor, you will come to know all this stuff. But yes, basically net interest margin is the financial ratio you have to understand. Now, what is net interest margin? Let me tell you in simple language. Net interest margin is nothing but suppose 10 depositor comes into bank, okay, and they put I'm giving you a simple language, in simple language. 10 depositor come in and they put a 2 lakh rupee deposit, then it will be 20 lakhs. On that, bank is paying 5% interest rate to that depositor. That 5% interest rate, basically they'll pay, and that 20 lakhs banks will give it to some home loan buyer. Home loan buyer at maybe at a 9%. Then what is the net interest margin? 9 minus 5, 4% is what the bank is earning. Correct. Now, suppose RBI increase the repo rate by 0.50 basis point. Then it will be, now they will increase the lending rate from 9 to 9.5. correct? And now, but they will not increase the deposit rate from 5 to 5.5. No, they'll keep it as it is. So bank is going to earn 9.5 minus 4, and sorry, 9.5 minus 5, 4.5, which was earlier 4%. So bank is earning more here, and that is what that is netting net interest margin increasing. So basically what I'm trying to say, net interest margin is nothing but income generated between bank and amount of interest paid to the lenders. So if you talk about the formula, guys, I'll be going little bit fast because I want to cover ratios, and I also want to show you how you can go and check it out in the various website to see which stock is better. Okay. Yes, in between you can ask question, not a problem, but I'll take most of the question and answer at the end of the session only. Maybe I'll do it around 22 minutes to 30 minutes, then we'll take Q&A. Is it okay with you? If it is okay, just type okay in the chat box. Let me show you first this one, then we'll take Q&A. So net interest minus net interest expense divided by average earning asset, that is a formula of that. This already ratio is already given in screener.in तिजोरी finance, तो आपको बनाने की जरूरत नहीं, आपको कुछ कैलकुलेट करने की जरूरत नहीं. I'm just giving you the importance of that. So suppose HDFC Bank has net interest margin of 4.2%, okay, and ICICI Bank is having 3.8%, correct? So this means basically indicates that every rupee of average earning asset, HDFC earns an interest of 4.2 paisa higher than interest bank or interest basically ICICI Bank's 3.8 paisa. So basically what I'm trying to say, the net interest margin, if it is higher for any bank, that is good for that. Okay, so that is one of the ratio you have to understand. The second ratio is NPA, very very important. How many of you know about NPA? What is the full form of the NPA? Just type in the chat box. Just type in the chat box what is the full form of NPA. Okay, and basically NPA ratio will give you a very good insight know where this basically bank is going. NPA is a barometer at the end of the one of the most important ratio, because क्या होता है कि अगर आपका NPA बढ़ जाता है, that means it is directly hitting your profitability. Okay, that is directly hitting your, yani suppose your NPA gone up to 100 crore rupees, it will directly reduce your profitability of a bank, and that's why it is having a direct impact. Okay, yes, sure, Beats, and we are going to do that. Yes, non-performing assets. Correct, Prakash Swapnil. Sorry, I have to check it on the mobile phone, and because it is not visible here, your comments. So yes, so that NPA is basically, that is what you have to see. You have to see now here. If you see, what is the formula? It is nothing but total NPA divided by total advances. Example: if IDBI has a NPA of 6% and Canara Bank has an NPA of 4%, then Canara loan portfolio is healthier than basically IDBI Bank, and that is what, the lower the NPA, the better it is. Now again, NPA is divided into two parts: gross NPA and net NPA. Okay, that is what. So आपको basically if you see net NPA, that is enough for you. But as gross NPA, so gross NPA is a complete gross. Net NPA is after that subset of that. I'm not going into deep about that. But as net NPA, if you see, that is also okay for you. Again, another ratio you can see is capital adequacy ratio. Now, what is capital adequacy ratio? Capital adequacy ratio is to understand bank's ability to absorb the potential losses and meet its obligation. That is a capital adequacy ratio. It's basically it's measure a bank's capital in relation to risk-weighted asset. So there is a tier 1, tier 2 capital in their banks. I know many of you may be from banking area. They must be knowing that. बट यस, दिस इज व्हाट टायर 1 टायर 2 कैपिटल जो आपको मेंटेन करना है एज पर द आरबीआई रेगुलेशन. ओके, नाउ suppose the SBI card is nothing but capital adequacy ratio 15%, and Bank of Baroda's card is 13%, and bank SBI has a better buffer against the potential ratios. So basically, better the capital adequacy ratio, better is for the bank. Understand, normally we don't see capital adequacy ratio every time. Normally सबका उतना होता ही है, maybe 10 to 15%. That depends on bank to bank. But understand one thing, that if the company is going down, like suppose Yes Bank is in a problem, okay, or any other bank is in a problem, then you have to see and check what is the capital adequacy ratio, whether the capital adequacy ratio is enough to cover the losses or not. So for example, suppose your NPA goes down or goes up by almost 7%, 8%, then you are in a big problem. And if your capital adequacy ratio is around 11, that means you are at a breach of bankruptcy, correct? And that is what you have to understand here. ओके, सो वो आपको देखना है कि कैपिटल एडिक्वेसी रेशियो, मैंने क्या बोला कि जब कंपनी इज इन अ बैड शेप, that is why it is more important. Otherwise, no, if you talk about ICICI Bank, HDFC, Kotak Bank, you don't have to go and check about capital adequacy ratio more, because that is enough for them. We'll see the ratios also, don't worry. Then is return on assets. Yeah, this is one of a very, very important ratio you have to understand about the banks. Okay, and that is nothing but, if you see the definition, RO indicates how profitability banks is utilizing their assets. यानी उनकी जो assets है उसको किस तरह से वो utilize कर रहे हैं, and how much return they are getting more. Okay, so the higher the ROA, the better is for the bank. Okay, so what is the formula? The formula is net income divided by total assets. If Axis Bank has an ROA of 1.5% and Kotak Bank is an ROA of 1.2, then Axis Bank is generating more profit on the asset utilization. And that's why Axis Bank is doing well. Guys, in banking, if you have about 2 ROA, that is very good. That is, यानी आप कहते हैं कि अब बैंक बहुत ही अच्छी ऑपरेट कर रही है. Okay, and that's why ROA plays a big role. And if the ROE is less than 1%, then there you have to be careful. Okay, guys, hope you are with me and hope you are getting value. Then just have V for value. I understand these are all terminologies which may be alien for you, but I'm trying to make it as simple as for you at a limited short period of time. If it is value, then just have V for value. At least I'll come to know you are with me. Okay, so ROA, don't ignore. You don't have to calculate. It is available in the website, so आपको करने की जरूरत नहीं. But yes, this is one of the ratio you have to check it. Okay. Again, let us understand about cost to income ratio. Now, what is cost to income? Cost to income ratio is basically nothing but comparing your operating expenses to your operating income. Okay, thanks Rajesh Joshi, Thiyagaran, Pramita, thanks for your reply. So basically it is nothing but understanding operating expense to is operating income. A lower indicates, basically lower ratio indicates a better efficiency. No, actually it is wrong. Basically if you are comparing operating expense divided by operating income, okay, एक्चुअली इसमें क्या होगा कि कॉस्ट टू इनकम रेशियो में जैसे लोअर, यानी देखो अगर आपका एक्सपेंस है 100 एंड योर इनकम इज 50, देन इट इज 2. ओके, देन इट इज लाइक अ कॉस्ट आपका ज्यादा इनकम से, दैट इज नॉट गुड. बट इफ योर कॉस्ट इज 30 एंड योर इनकम इज 50, दैट मीन्स इट इज गुड, बिकॉज आपका लोअर है, मे बी 0.8 हो जाए. तो इफ इंडसइंड बैंक हैज अ कॉस्ट टू इनकम रेशियो 50% and Federal Bank has a cost of ratio income ratio to 55%, IndusInd Bank is more efficient in managing its operating costs. And this is how you have to see. Lower the income ratio, lower the cost to income ratio, better is for the bank. Now, these were all financial ratios I told about you. Now, let us talk about the valuation ratios. Okay, so valuation ratios आप कैसे देख सकते हैं? इसमें सबसे बड़ा जो रेशियो है, दैट इज प्राइस टू बुक वैल्यू रेशियो. ओके, प्राइस टू बुक वैल्यू रेशियो. सो टॉकिंग अबाउट प्राइस टू बुक वैल्यू रेशियो, again this is one of another important ratio you have to check along with ROA, price to book value ratio. If you want to write, guys, please write down the notes. What are the most important ratio? आप जब भी कंपेयर करते हो क्या क्या चेक करना है? ROE, सॉरी, ROA, प्राइस टू बुक वैल्यू रेशियो, पी रेशियो है लेकिन इतना मायने नहीं रखता है जितना ROA एंड basically price to book ratio comes into picture. Now, what is price to book is compare the bank market value is to book value. Okay, it provides that how much investors are willing to pay to his net asset of the bank. So basically, if you see the formula is market price per share divided by book value per share. So suppose your book value is 100 and a market price is 300, then 300 divided by 100, that is 3 is a book value. Okay, now tell me one thing. For as an investor, higher the book value is better for you or lower the book value better for you to invest in that stock? Type in the chat box. If you are an investor, if you want to invest, higher the book value is better for you or lower? Higher means type H, and if it is lower, then just type lower. Type in the chat box, so at least I'll come to know you are able to understand these ratios. So this is very important to understand, because suppose if Axis Bank has a PV ratio of 2.5 and Kotak Mahindra Bank is PV ratio of 3, it means investors are willing to pay 3 times the book value of Kotak Mahindra Bank. यानी अगर आप higher because this messages are coming 20 seconds, and so I am not able to see your messages properly, but no problem. So आपको क्या देखना है कि कितना price to book value ratio? I think no one able to give the answer. Okay, no problem, I'll tell you. Higher the book value होता है, price to book value, that means not good for you. Lower the price to book value is good for you, because जितना सस्ता valuation होगा उतने में आपको डालना चाहिए. So suppose here, if you say Axis Bank has a price of book value of 2.5 and Kotak Mahindra is 3, then Axis Bank आपको सस्ते में मिल रहा है compared to Kotak Mahindra Bank. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Divya, Pratima, Sudish, correct. Lower. So this is how you have to see. Got it? If you got it, then just type got it in the chat box. Just type got it in the chat box if you got it, price to book value, because this is an important ratio to understand for the banking. Another is P ratio. As I told you, ज़्यादा मायने नहीं रखता है. Then also you should know. It's simple ratio. P ratio measures the price investor willing to pay for every rupee of earning. Okay, so basically market price divided by EPS. That is the formula which you already know. So higher the P ratio, more expensive is the company for you. Higher the P ratio, more expensive is company for you. Lower the P ratio, lower it is. Okay, and better for you. Okay. Uh, uh, yes, Pratima, Divya. Okay. Chitragaran. Okay, please repeat. Okay, I'll again talk about price to book value ratio. First, let me complete P ratio. Simple P ratio अगर ज़्यादा होता है, then it is expensive for you. Lower, it is better for you. But sometimes, understand, if you compare P ratio of Bank of Baroda with maybe Kotak Mahindra Bank, for example, so Kotak Mahindra Bank ka higher P ratio, that means market is giving more premium to the bank. And again, when market will give more premium when the bank is performing, तो ऐसा नहीं कि every high P ratio is bad. No, and low P ratio is the good thing. No, lower P ratio कब मिलता है आपको? Okay, when market think that you are not going to perform as good as it should be in future. But if a bank is performing well, then it will always get a higher P. That's why HDFC, Kotak, and all these ICICI Bank, Axis Bank will have a higher P ratio compared to the public sector bank there, because they are performing well. Okay, so you have to see like that way. So what you can do, you can compare P ratio with the industry P ratio. I'm going to show you how to see that. Basically, again, I'm telling you, you have to see company P ratio along with the industry P ratio. That will give you a very good indication. Okay, clear? Then just type C for clear in the chat box. Clear? Just type C for clear. And again, I'm telling, okay. And okay, talking about price to book value ratio again, guys. Again, I'm telling you, higher the price to book value ratio, more expensive for you. Lower the price to book value, less expensive, because आप ज्यादा पे कर रहे हो compared to the book value for the company. Okay, so basically these are the ratios you have to understand, which I told you: net interest margin, net non-performing asset. Guys, if you want to take a note, please note or take a snapshot of capital adequacy ratio, return on asset, cost to income ratios. Cost to income also plays a role. Price to book value ratio and price to earning. Out of that, I tell you three which ratios you have to consider is return on asset ratio, price to book value ratio, cost to income ratio, and NPA. Okay, NPA I also forgot. NPA is also big. Net interest margin is also big. Okay, so now these are the ratios you have to keep in mind. Shall we go and I'll show you maiden P Prakash? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Okay. मेडन पी रेशियो इज नथिंग बट इंडस्ट्री पी रेशियो. मेडन पी एक भी कंपनी वाइज होता है कि पिछले 3 साल का एवरेज रेशियो भी आ सकता है, और लेकिन मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं आपको, यू हैव टू कंपेयर विद द इंडस्ट्री पी रेशियो. ओके, नाउ शैल वी गो फॉरवर्ड? यस, then I'll show you how to see ratios. Okay, then just type F4 forward in the chat box. Just type F4 forward and let me now show you how to see in the screener and Tijori Finance. So I'll just have a water before that. Okay. Guys, hope you are enjoying the session. Just type E for enjoying if you are enjoying the session. Okay. Now, two sites you have to use it. If you want to write it down, please write it down. Screener.in and tijorifinance.com. This site, screener.in and tijorifinance.com. Okay. तो वो आप यूज कर सकते हो फॉर योर analysis and all that part. ठीक है. And but guys, before we go, just a minute, I'll just share you the basically our YouTube and Telegram channel. Guys, you know, if you want, you can participate there. I'm just putting here in the chat box. So because lot many videos we are putting there, तो आपको पता चलेगा. ठीक है. ये YouTube channel and Telegram channel, please enroll to that. And also, guys, I want to invite you in our masterclass, which we are doing in every week. That will give you much more in detail how to do all this stuff. Okay, and that is also free. I'm just inviting you. You can click that link also and enroll for that. It is free. Don't worry, it's costing 1500, but I am giving it to you free, guys. Okay, so already link given. You can check that. Now let me go and make you understand about first of all screener.in, then I'll show you Tijori Finance also. Now, like this is an HDFC bank. You just have to put HDFC bank, like here you put it HDFC bank, and you can see the screener.in and tijorifinance.com. These are the two website. ठीक है. नाउ अगर आपको अभी यहाँ देखना है लगे, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सपोज यू आर चेकिंग द HDFC बैंक, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू हियर, you can see the chart here. ठीक है. And here also basically you can do a comparison with each other. One of the important thing I want you guys to do, you can check the P ratio like this way. And P ratio, now for banks it is not 11, but this is why this is I'm showing you, because you can see here basically it will show you that earning per share is going up here. Okay, earning per share, it is going up here, but however the P ratio is going down here. Now what is the reason? Can anyone tell me? If the earning per share is going up, that means re-rating should happen. P ratio should be on a higher side. Why it is going down? Can anyone give me the reason why HDFC Bank P ratio has gone down from almost, you can say, at one time it was 34 to almost 18? Type in the chat box what was the reason behind that. Just tell me, so I'll at least, I know it is a tough question. अगर आपको ये पता है, that means you have a good knowledge about know how to evaluate and all that. Just type in the chat box. And again, there are a lot many way you can check price to book value ratio. Now you can see here, this is very important 5-year trend. आप देखो price to book value ratio here, how it is showing. It is showing like basically this is the blue line. Slowly and gradually price to book value ratio is going down because the market price is going down. Okay, so uh, MP decreases, which site is better? Both are good. Screener and Tijori, both are good, so not to worry. So price to book value, why it is going down? Because the market price is going down. Again, I'll tell you why it is market price is decreasing. Yes, Prakash, that is one of the point. But basically another point is now the market is not giving more weightage to HDFC Bank because they don't think that it will grow as fast it is. That's why there is a you can say that de-rating of P ratio happening. अगर आपका ईपीएस मार्केट प्राइस डाउन कब जाएगा? ईपीएस तो बढ़ रहा है लेकिन मार्केट प्राइस डाउन जा रहा है, यानी आपका जो वेटेज है वो मार्केट कम दे रहा है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई पी रेशियो इज गोइंग डाउन. Okay, now here you can see the pros and cons. Now here is the main point. This is what peers comparison you have to do. Okay, now please focus here. I am going to show you lot many things. Now अगर आप यहाँ देखोगे तो ये कैसे देखना है वो मैं बताता हूँ. तो अगर basically HDFC बैंक है, okay. Now HDFC Bank, if you see here, the industry P ratio. Someone was asking, no, what is the industry P ratio? This is the industry P ratio. Okay, and in industry P ratio क्या होता है? 1 minute, guys. I am not able to get this one. Just a minute. I don't know why it is happening. Okay, just a minute, guys. I just 1 minute. I exit and I'll open it again. Yeah. So if you see industry P ratio is 12.91. Okay, and you can see here across it is 12.91, and ICICI Bank now here industry P ratio against that, where the P ratio is standing here HDFC 18. Where is ICICI 17? Where is Kotak Mahindra 21? And this is what you have to compare with the industry P ratio. Okay. Another point which I wanted to tell you is you have to check the ROA. सो ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट आपको चेक करना है. पी रेशियो आपको कंपेयर करना है इंडस्ट्री पी रेशियो से. Okay, this is the industry P ratio. You have to compare with this one. Again, you have to comparatively, you have to compare with each other. Now, can you tell me which is the highest P ratio in this all these bank? If you can see and let me know. I know the letters are too small, but if you can tell me which is the highest P ratio, type in the chat box. Which is the bank is having a higher P ratio? Again, ROA also you have to compare. Now, ROA, whichever is higher, for them it is good. So you can see here, basically 2.56. Kotak Mahindra Bank is having a highest ROA. Okay, that is what you have to see here. That chalo ye that means the Kotak Mahindra Bank is performing very well compared to the assets employed. Second number is, you can see here, it is HDFC Bank. Okay, and then third number is coming ICICI Bank. So this is how you have to see higher the ROA, and anything, as I told you, anything about 2 ROA, it is very, very good. It is very, very good. Okay. So yes, correct, Shiva. Perfect. 21.3. That is nothing but of Kotak Mahindra Bank. Correct. Higher P ratio is of Kotak Mahindra Bank. Again, basically, as I told you, ROA, and you have to see current market price divided by book value. So now tell me one thing, which is the having the lowest valuation as per the price to book value? This is current CNP divided by price to book value, which is having the lowest price to book value among all these company. Type in the chat box. Type in the chat box. Okay. Yes, beat and don't. If the price is going down, that means there is a problem in fundamentals. More than fundamental, less than technical. Technical hota hai if there is a big selling coming. But over the time, fundamental mein problem hai, that is a problem. Yes, Kotak Mahindra Bank. Now tell me which is the having the lowest price to book value. This is the ratio you have to see, which is having the lowest valuation. Another point you have to see, all this thing is okay. If you want to see, you can see the profit growths and everything. यहाँ से आपको पता चलेगा. And also आपको है ना, another point which I wanted to tell you is या आरओसी भी आप देख सकते हो. अभी आप बोलोगे तपन ये रेशियोस कहाँ से आए, आप कहाँ से मिलेंगे? इट इज ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल टू यू गाइस, सो यू कैन से दैट click this link, edit columns. Okay, once you click this link, आपको you can edit the ratios what you want, and you can see here these are so many ratios available. Okay, like annual P&L, quarterly P&L, balance sheet, cash flow. This is what you have to use it. ठीक है. नाउ बेसिकली यहाँ से आपको कोई भी चीज लेनी है, आप यहाँ से उठा सकते हो, एंड यू कैन पुट इट देयर. So suppose you want a profit after tax, just to tell you, and you just have to do save columns, and then it will be added in this list. Okay, this is added in the list. So you can see here profit 12 months aa gaya. So this is how you have to select a ratio and you have to add it. Okay, yes, perfect. Yeah, Tyagi Garan, Prabhakar, IDBI. Perfect, perfect. So this is how you have to add the ratio. Another is this. So these are the main ratio which I told you. Not you have to go to everything ratio. Another important ratio you have to check is gross NPA and net NPA. Okay, so uske liye let us use Tijori Finance, and this is an HDFC again. Now here few features are there which is not that screener.in, and I'll prefer you guys to check it here. Like suppose you want to see the price movement. तो आपको प्राइस मूवमेंट देखना है, तो यू कैन सिलेक्ट हियर कॉम्पिटिटर्स लाइक एचडीएफसी, आईसीआईसीआई, एसबीआई. अगेन आई सपोज आई वांट टू पुट कोटक महिंद्रा बैंक. ओके, सो कोटक महिंद्रा बैंक पोर्ट एंड ओके, एंड यू कैन सी दिस इज द प्राइस. एंड आप यहाँ देख सकते हो कि आपको पूरा पता चलेगा कि कौन सा प्राइस कहाँ जा रहा है. Correct. So this is the price movement. So now which is the blue line? Blue line is nothing but the ICICI Bank, and ICICI Bank is performing much better compared to SBI, Kotak, and all that. Even if I take all the banks together, then also ICICI Bank has actually with the norms it is performing. So this is what you have to see. This is one of a good feature to comparative analysis that you can see that in Tijori Finance. Okay. Another point which I wanted to tell you is related to basically gross NPA and net NPA. Now here this is a good feature available where we are, as I told you, if you remember, basic capital risk asset ratio CRR को बात कर रहे थे, वो अभी छोड़ दीजिए. Net interest margin you'll able to understand through this. Now net interest margin, I told you where to see. Now this you can compare with other banks also here. You can put it. Now I have taken a paid version. Version लिया है कि zero version हो. But yes, if you, I don't know what is there at a normal version, but this is how you can compare the basically net interest margin going up. Now, can anyone tell me which is having the highest net interest margin? Highest net interest margin? Just type in the chat box through this. What you come to know? Just type in the chat box. कौन सा having a highest net interest margin? So this you will able to understand कि net interest margin कैसे आपको पता चलेगा कि net interest margin is nothing but they are basically how much you are lending and how much you are basically paying to the depositor minus expenses. That तो net interest margin आपको पता चलेगा क्या efficiency है बैंक की. Correct. And that is what you will able to understand through this. Now, just type in the chapter which is having a highest net interest margin bank. Now, let us talk about gross NPA and net NPA. तो ग्रॉस एनपीए में यहाँ आप जाओगे एंड यू विल गेट एबल टू सी नेट एनपीए आल्सो. आई वांट यू गाइस टू पुट नेट एनपीए. नेट एनपीए इज नथिंग बट बैड डेब्ट्स यू आर हैविंग इन द मार्केट. कितना बैड डेब्ट्स आता है वो आपको यहाँ से पता चलता है. नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट बैड डेब्ट्स, guys, this is very important to understand because as I told you earlier, it will directly eat away your profitability. ओके, सो अगर आप ये देखोगे नेट इनपे में भी आप क्या कीजिए, आप 3-4 कंपनी को कंपेयर कीजिए, सो आपको ज्यादा अच्छा पता चलेगा. सो इफ यू कंपेयर आईसीआईसीआई बैंक, एसबीआई, नाउ लेट अस टेक वन कोटक महिंद्रा बैंक. ओके, अनदर बैंक, लेट अस टेक वन, which one you want to take, like IDFC First Bank, okay, for example. Now this is a net NPA. Now ये देखिए, ये आपको पता चल रहा है. So how from 2021 to 2023, see now this is what it is look like, that most of the bank has controlled their net NPA much more better way. Guys, I know it is already 30 minutes and I'm थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया, but are you okay with this? Shall I continue? Then just type C4. Are you continue? Then just type C4 continue. I know I've taken more time. Q&A भी बाकी है. Then just type C4 continue. Then I'll take 5-10 minutes more to make you understand. So if you see here, the banks are having a lower now net NPA. You can see slowly and gradually. तो अगर आप, if you talk about 2021, IDFC was having 2.32, State Bank was 1.7, Kotak Mahindra 1.28, ICICI Bank 1.16. Then, okay, continue. Okay, correct. Thanks. So these guys, these banks, now it is slowly and gradually going down. तो आप देखो IDFC 2.32, which was there in 2021, has gone down to now almost कहाँ गया 0.52, 1/4. Okay, even State Bank, which was there around 1.7, which has gone down to almost 0.61. You can see HDFC Bank is at the lowest, that is 0.35. Then Kotak Mahindra Bank, ICICI Bank, and IDFC. Why this is important? This is showing how the net NPA has been controlled by the banks. Now, what I told you, capital adequacy ratio, if a bank normally is having 12 to 14, that means it is having a 12 times more capital adequacy. यानी अगर आपका NPA समझ लो 1% है, and if your capital adequacy ratio is 12%, that means you have a 12 times more capital to cover your net NPA. And that is how you have to see, you have to correlate with each other. Each and every ratios are going together. Correct? And that is how you have to understand. Guys, hope this session is giving you a lot of value, and if it is, then just type AW in the chat box, awesome in the chat box. Just type awesome in the chat box, and that is what my main actually target is, to help you to value banks and all that, because now I know this is a little bit complicated and many of you non-finance guy must be getting very difficult, but yes, you can understand. And as I told you guys, do attend the session, the link I have given for the workshop now, where we are going much more at a deeper level. I know thousands of our members at the Thoughtful Investor Hub are getting a lot of benefit. You can also get benefit of it, and do enroll to our YouTube and Telegram channel. Okay, so this is what you have to understand, gross NPA and everything. ये बहुत important है, वो एक check करना है. ठीक है. Another is CASA ratio. Now what is CASA ratio? CASA is nothing but current account saving account. Sorry, I have not covered that ratio earlier, but yes, CASA ratio is also important. तो आपका वो रेशियो कितना है. ओके, तो अगर आप कासा रेशियो में अगर आप देखोगे तो बेसिकली लेट अस कंपेयर विथ अदर्स बैंक्स आल्सो, सो इट विल गिव अ लॉट मच बेटर विजिबिलिटी. सो अगर कासा रेशियो ज्यादा होगा ना, दैट इज गुड फॉर यू, that is good for you. Okay, so yes, Sujit, Sunil, Jack, Tither, Common Media, Pratima, guys, here this is a YouTube live, so in YouTube already it will be there. Okay, recording will be available in YouTube only, so anytime you can go afterwards and you can check it out, not a problem. So higher the CASA ratio, better is for the bank. Okay, so if you see here, Kotak Mahindra Bank is having almost you can say 59-60% CASA ratio, HDFC 48, SBI 45, ICICI 45, Axis 43. So this is how the CASA ratio is there. Currently also Kotak Mahindra Bank is having the highest CASA ratio. ये आपको एक देखना है. दूसरा एक आप देख सकते हो that cost to income ratio. Cost to income ratio, as I told you, who is having the better cost to income ratio? किस बैंक्स ने अपना cost to income ratio कंट्रोल किया है, and that is what you will able to understand this from here. So lower uh, the cost to income ratio, better is for the bank. So you can see here the cost to income ratio for ICICI Bank is much more lower, 40. Even HDFC is around 40, Kotak 46, Indus in almost 46, and SBI is having a higher cost to income ratio. Maybe उनकी salary ज़्यादा है कि क्या है पता नहीं, but yes, maybe the main thing is maybe their branches are much more. When you have many more branches, no, this is where no your basically cost will go up, incremental cost will go up. Again, if you don't have a good digital platform, that is where it will go up. So thanks Pratima Chandrasekhar. So cost of income ratio इसलिए बढ़ रहा है. The more you go on a digital way, the more you have app, better app and all that stuff, that is where no your cost to income ratio will start going down, and because you will have a less branch and you don't want more and more people to go to branch, because जितने लोग ज्यादा जाएंगे, that many employees you have to keep more, again operational charges and all this stuff will go up. So that is why no it will play a big role in increasing your expenses. That's why lower the cost to income ratio, better, and that's why you can see private banks are doing much better than the basically public sector bank, because they are able to control their costs, and also they are going much more at a digital level. Okay, so this is how you can see again cost of borrowing, management compensation. This is also one good index to understand. Why? Because इससे क्या पता चलता है, now here all the ratios all the banks का available नहीं होगा, लेकिन मैं आपको सिर्फ बता देता हूँ मैनेजमेंट कॉम्पनसेशन क्या होता है. एट द एंड आप मैनेजमेंट को सैलरी कितनी दे रहे हो. हायर द सैलरी, हायर द रेशियो, नॉट गुड फॉर द कंपनी. ओके, अभी ये डायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन नहीं है, जस्ट टू शो यू, आई हैव शोन यू हियर, बट यस, जैसे लोअर इट इज, बेटर इज फॉर द कंपनी. So guys, this is what I wanted to show you. So how to evaluate the banks and main ratios, and you can compare these ratios and take a decision. But understand one thing, the story does not get over here. You have to see what is the future of the company. This is one part where we have seen the present of the company and the past of the company. अब आगे जाके बैंक क्या करने वाली है, how they are going to grow, that is also one of the most important question you have to ask, because then only you will able to understand whether this will be at a valuation point of view it will be better for you know, to buy. So future forecasting बहुत important, and where you can get through balance sheet, then again the future guidance to management commentary whenever the quarterly results are out, and they are giving they are coming into media and they are giving the commentary. That is where you will able to understand and that कहाँ से यहाँ banks are जा रही है, and whether they are able to control the net NPA. As I told you, net NPA is one of a big ratio कि कंट्रोल कर पा रही है कि नहीं कर पा रही. अगेन द कॉस्ट टू इनकम रेशियो इज गोइंग डाउन, net interest margin is going up or not. All these things you have to understand, and for that even you can use research reports also. Okay, so this is how was my actually I wanted to tell you about the how to analyze the bank. So hope you got lot of value, guys, and just type in the chat box what you learn, and just type V for value if you got lot of value, guys. And now we'll open for Q&A, guys. You can ask me any question you want, and we'll take 15-20 minutes more. I know it will go to 1 hour, but we'll take 15-20 minutes. I'll try to answer as many questions as possible, and in between if needed I'll show you screener and all that. Please write your questions if you want. And also, guys, as I told you earlier also, no, do subscribe to our channel and our Telegram channel so that you remain in touch with us every time. Okay, so this is the links, and also please do register for the workshop. It will take 30 seconds for register, guys. This Sunday at 11 a.m. I'm going to conduct the session, so be there. You'll get lot of value out of it. Please shoot any question you have. Okay, not a problem. Yes, Pratima, as Kulkarni, Shiva. Okay, yeah, recording तो वो मिल जाएगा आपको. Okay, and yeah, YouTube channel I have already given the link. This is the link. Okay, please, I know many of you already seeing me on YouTube only, but this is there in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere it is going live. Rajesh Joshi, why only 15%? Yeah, Rajesh, you can go to 20% also. Now, one of the reason why I told you 15 to 20%, no, because I don't want you guys to be over allocation कर लो एक ही सेक्टर में. See, unless you are too sure, राजेश जी, that yes, bank is going to do well. कभी कभी लेकिन क्या होता है, all the sector goes in a cyclical in nature. Okay, तो जब cycles में जाते हैं ना, तो if banks goes down, no, it will bring down. If it is major allocation, suppose you invested 40% of your portfolio in banks, then it will bring down the profitability of complete portfolio. Unless you are too damn sure, then go 40-50, otherwise 15-20%. And I tell you, okay, maximum you can go 20%, 20% भी जा सकते हो, but 5 sectors लेते हो तो 20% is that is enough. Okay, क्योंकि इसलिए I don't want you guys to do an over allocation on a particular sector. It will impact your profitability if that sector goes down. Hope I'm NBFC is also good, Rajesh. NBFC also good. I just told about bank. NBFC थोड़ा अलग से आपको देखना है. One day I'll take that session also. Okay, and that will help you a lot. I'll take a separate session on NBFC. ठीक है. Yes, Tia Garam. Okay, Pratima, please say which bank to invest. Pratima, because it is an open forum, uh, SEBI rules, I cannot directly name the company, but I think private companies will do much, much better than this. Sorry for that, I cannot give the direct name, but you can see my earlier videos with a disclaimer. Again, I'm giving a disclaimer. Whatever I told you today, guys, that is my opinion. You please consult your financial advisor, then only take decision. But yes, all this comparison today we have done, no, through that you will able to understand, some of the private banks which I already named. No, you can think about it. Okay, that is the thing. Equity to debt ratio of bank, no need to see, Sujit, वो इतना debt to equity ratio will not play a big role, Sujit, in banking sector. Debt to equity play role in other sector. Guys, anyone can give me the answer. Which sector? I'm just asking you, which sector where debt to equity will play a big role? Type in the chat box if you are aware. Which sector will play a big role? Okay, but banking में नहीं है. I'll give the answer of that also. Adani stock, good time to buy. Saikat, Adani stock, I made another video on Adani stocks also. See, first of all, that momentum which was there in Adani earlier, almost 1.5 years back, I think that is over now. You don't have to go for that because अभी उतना euphoria नहीं हुआ at every level. No, selling may come, but Adani may do well because of BJP. Now you have to take one step. What do you want in a year? Suppose you are targeting 20% return. Okay, if 20% return you are targeting, but if you are getting that to any other stock, why you have to take a risk and buy an Adani stock? Correct. Again, I am not too much okay with the valuation which Adani is deriving. That is my concern about the valuation part. But I am not saying that it may not go up. Okay, but I feel that other stocks with a better valuation are already available. Then why should I go Adani? Okay, tell me in the chat box. Tell me how much is your return expectation in a year? Everyone, whoever is attending today, how much is your return really? Yani 15%, 20%, 25%. Type in the chat box. Type in the Sekat, hope you got the answer. Okay. So valuation front, still I am not okay. But if you want, you can invest. But as I told you, no, if better stocks are already available, where confirmation is, why to go with Adani stock? Okay. IDFC First Bank with merger, is it better? IDFC First Bank overall is a good bank, no doubt about it. But the only thing is, no, you have to understand that मर्जर का थोड़ा इम्प्लीकेशन तो आएगा. देखो क्या होता है नॉर्मली व्हाट आई हैव सीन ओवर द टाइम. ओके, 15, 20, 18%, 20 चंद्रशेखर 30%. ओके, सो आपने जो जो बोला 18-20% गाइस, यू कैन गेट इट थ्रू अदर स्टॉक्स ऑल्सो. वाई टू टेक रिस्क? वाई टू टेक रिस्क? अनड्यू रिस्क मत लो. देखो क्या होता है कि हम लोग एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं वी शुड हैव अ 20% रिटर्न, बट व्हेन we are investing in a much more riskier assets, and then we are losing. Correct. So it's always better to be conservative on that part. Okay. So yeah, Thea, coming to your question, IDFC First Bank is good, but this merger thing will have a shadow on IDFC Bank. Now let us see from here how much time it will take to go up. Overall bank is good. Overall bank is good. Okay. Then ER motivation, which sector is more profitable? Uh, yeah, sector wise, you can go for banking, FMCG, IT, केमिकल बहुत डाउनवर्ड है. फ्यूचर के लिए डाल सकते हो, अभी के लिए नहीं है. ऑटोमोबाइल्स, दिस आर द सम ऑफ द सेक्टर यू कैन थिंक अबाउट. डिफेंस इज ऑल्सो हैविंग गुड रैली. When you get recommended, what do you see before you buy? Chandrasekhar, normally as a long term investor, no, I normally check fundamentals. Okay, P&L, balance sheet, cash flow, and main thing is the past and the future. What the future the company is going to do? What is the guidance given by the management? How they are planning to grow? Again, I will check with the peers comparison against the peers how the company is performing. Okay, क्या आगे जाके करेंगे? Comparing with the peers will give you a very good understanding that where this company is standing, where this company is standing against the peers. अगर आपकी position इतनी अच्छी नहीं है against the peers, then if the sector is going to grow, your peers who is doing very well will grow much more faster than you. So your condition should be much more better. Again, just not only valuation. See, valuation is one part. And if you want, guys, you can just check my yesterday video. I have given a video of Wipro versus TCS, Infosys, and all that. If you can check it now, you'll come to know what I'm trying to convey. It's not all about valuation. It's all about what the future will be there for that company. Okay, how they are going to grow. So future plays a big. क्या है? What price you are paying today? You're paying for the future. If future is not good, nothing, no make, does not make any sense to invest in that company. So this is how normally Chandrasekhar, I see that. Difference between NBFC and core lending bank. Sujit, mostly NBFC is much more linear. Again, there are a lot many points. Time is short. Otherwise, I would have easily covered that. I have a complete matrix, no, that how to compare between the NBFC and bank. But yes, NBFC is much more relaxed compared to the norms which the banks are following. RBI का direct control बैंक में होता है and small finance में. They don't have a direct control on NBFCs. That's why NBFC can easily give land, but they are also prone of making a mistake there. That's why NBFC का थोड़ा फायदा है compared to bank, but they cannot accept the deposit and all that stuff. Dhanlaxmi Bank, no, no. Just a minute, guys. I'll have a water. Construction, Rajesh, be careful. Because क्या होता है कि construction में overall, if you see the history, construction sector is not a consistent compounder over the years. Better to invest in a sector no, which are much more consistent compounder over the years. Because if you are a long term, I'm talking about long term investing, I'm not talking about intraday short term trading and all that. If you are a long term investor, no, I think consistent compounder में डालोगे तो आपके लिए बेटर रहेगा एंड वेयर योर सक्सेस रेशियो विल बी मच बेटर. सुजीत, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग दैट इज आल्सो ओके यार. ज्यादा आई थिंक सर्विसेज ज्यादा चलते हैं कंपेयर टू मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ओवरऑल इफ यू सी. एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में वही है, कैपिटल इंटेंसिव हो जाता है एंड हाउ दे आर एबल टू कंट्रोल दैट कैपेक्स एंड ऑल दैट. So there also I am not saying that companies are not good, but per se talking about the sector overlook, no, I think you have to be little bit careful on that part. Okay. As of now, which one bank buy as well? Bits, I am not able to give you direct recommendation because of SEBI. So you can check my earlier videos. थोड़ा उससे आपको पता चल जाएगा. Okay. Manufacturing person I already told. Bank is good 100%. Telecom and power sector, Raja. Telecom and power sector, Raja. No. I know telecom is a duopoly. Reliance and Airtel is holding everything. But telecom as such from here, I don't think that it will have that type of compounding impact. Airtel जब initially आया था सालों पहले, that was a compounding. Okay, if you see, it was a big multi-bagger. Then such a with a big capital intensive industry to grow at a 20% CAGR rate is not a joke, guys. You need lot of revenue, and again the main thing is that ARPU. What is ARPU? Basically the pricing per unit, okay, is not going up. So unless the ARPUs start going up, no, this basically Airtel and Jio is not going to earn a lot. Of course, they are planning to bring the ARPU. So if the ARPU goes up slowly and gradually, they'll be getting benefit. But I think there are much more better option available compared to tele. And power, again, same thing. कुछ भी कर लो, अब पावर का रेट एक लेवल से ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ा सकते हो. गवर्नमेंट विल कम एंड कैच योर नेक एट द एंड ऑफ द डे. And that is a problem. Again, it is a very capital intensive industry. I know that is a license which is rare to get, but this is the difficulty faced by even power also. So I'll not go for both telecom and power. Do similar analysis of each sector. I'll try to do it. I'll try to convey through lot many live sessions. This is the first session I have conducted, guys. Guys, just type in the chat. Do you want more live session from us? And then just type yes in the chat box. And what time you prefer? In morning, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, which time you prefer? I thought 8 o'clock I'll keep it, but if you think it is too late, you are ready, you have to get ready for the office and all that, then we can put it at 7 o'clock. Or the type in the chat box. Just give me your opinion for the basically what type of at what time you are comfortable. Yes, I'll take more sessions. I can see no lot many have attended to. I have not expected that, so thank you for joining, guys, and hope I am delivering value to you. Dhiru, what is the target of EU small finance bank? Sorry, I'll not able to give you like this in an open forum. But overall stock is not bad, but sorry, I'll not able to give you target views, heavy rules and all that. Adani, Raja already spoken a lot about Adani just now, only few minutes ago. You can invest if you want to do something like a momentum buying, you can do it, but valuation wise, I have a problem here. Other than one or two stocks, I think Adani is little bit like Adani Port is comfortably properly valued. Otherwise, all are quite expensive. So yes, you want more these sessions. That is 7 is also good. 7 to 8 is good. No, what we'll do, we'll take 7 o'clock. Even I thought that 7, I think maybe preferable to you because 8 o'clock is little bit late. So next time we'll do 7. I okay, not a problem. Do subscribe to our channel so at least you'll get a notification, and do click that bell. So okay, आपको notification मिलेगा whenever I'm going go live next time. ओके, तो आप कर सकते हो. ठीक है. रियल एस्टेट इज ओवरऑल गुड, नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. I think now the interest rate is going down slowly and gradually. RBI is going to bring the interest rate down once the Fed is going to bring down the inflation. Fed, I think in next year maybe cutting around 1 to 1.5% interest rate. That is what I one not basically 150 basis point. And because the way their inflation is going on, there is getting economy is getting in a problem if they don't cut fast. So maybe they will start in April or May, and in India also will follow. We are not going to go first against the US, because normally हम लोग यूएस को फॉलो करते हैं, तो आरबीआई विल फॉलो द यूएस. वंस यूएस विल स्टार्ट फॉलोइंग cutting down the interest rate, I think we'll also do it. Okay, that is all about and yes, sorry, so once the interest rate goes down, real estate will be a beneficiary part, because the loan interest rate goes down, more and more people will buy the property, and that is why, Jack, I think real estate is comparatively in a good situation. uh, okay, 18 20 first. Okay, got it. What about DCB bank ratios matches with PSU? Yeah, overall DCB is better. DCB is better. And okay company, and overall valuation is also okay. So yeah, DCB is a private company which will, I think it is a good prospects. Okay, 18 to 20%. Okay, defense, finance, real estate. Do we'll try to cover as many as possible beat and downs. No issues on that part. Tata Motor Telegraph rail system is, or is it Tata Motor? Yes, is in a good position. The way they are able to, you can say that. Uh, EV on electric vehicle, they are going gungo. Yeah, actually, honestly, they are the first company who has adopted very well electric vehicle. Another is M&M, even TVS Motor and all that companies are doing well on electric vehicle front. So yes, Tata Motor is good. Titagarh rail system, I'll not prefer. The reason is simple, it's very cyclical in nature. अगर अगर आपका बजट आ रहा है तब वो ऊपर जाएगा, again it is going to go down. See, what I talk on the long term perspective. Okay, I'm not talking about intraday or derivative, means short term trading. क्या एक महीने के लिए buy कर रहे हो. So whatever answer you listen from my side, guys, think as a long term. Is it clear? Then just type C for clear. I cannot say it may go up 20% up, 5% up for next 1 month also. That is a short term. I'm not talking about that. If it is clear, just type C for clear, guys, because you should be understanding now what I'm trying to convey here. Okay. Again, reality already took spoken of. Solar industry, yes, at a defense level, it is a okay company, not a problem, but there are much better company available in defense compared to solar. Of course, it is in explosives also. It has done very well. Overall, it is a good company, but a peers comparison कर लेना एक बार. Shall I take HDFC and Reliance Industry? When if you think that I want like 13 to 14% return, please go and buy HDFC Reliance. Not a problem. Reliance, just wait for the demerger. Demerger में कुछ आएगा और आपको फायदा हो जाएगा. Otherwise, otherwise अभी थोड़ा attractiveness थोड़ा कम हो गया है. Because such a big company cannot perform like this the way it has done earlier. Of course, एक बार demerger होता है, बाद में हमें देखना पड़ेगा. But yes, if you want to take a benefit of demerger, which may happen in 1 or 2 years, please you can go for it. Geo Finance, not NBFC. Geo Finance, only thing which is going wrong with the, not wrong, but Geo Finance ka valuation is very high as compared to Bajaj Finance. Bajaj Finance has given a very good track record over the time. Now Geo Finance is directly getting that type of valuation. And that is where you have to be little bit careful when you are getting such a high valuation. Now Geo Finance, we have to see next 1 or 2 year how they are going to perform. Once they start performing well, I think they may get it, but otherwise currently valuation is on a higher side. Defense sector example, defense sector, will cover that thing. Okay, anyone defense sector today evening, I'm going to have a video on Mezagon shipyard. Okay, and please watch that video. I've spoken about defense a lot there. Mezagon. Are you interested in Mezagon? Then just type I for interest in the chat box. I for interest. Mezagon, you know the way it is. I've made a complete video on that. Do check that video in evening. It will maybe around 4 o'clock around. We'll release that. Just check that video. We have given in detail. You will get the answer, Jack, in that one. Okay. Yeah, Chandrasekhar. Okay, thank you. Vivek, LT, Coal India, Exide, your opinion. Guys, I will take last one question only, one or two question, then we'll stop because no, already it's quite a time now, 1 hour almost over. LNT, Coal India, Exide. LNT is competitive. Coal India, no, yeah, no. Don't go for the dividend. No. Coal India is a public sector company. Again, no, बार बार डिविडेंड ज्यादा देगा, आपको लग रहा है कि यस दे आर गेटिंग 10% डिविडेंड, बट इफ द वैल्यू गोज डाउन तो क्या करोगे? तो इट्स नॉट अ कंसिस्टेंट कंपाउंडर. Exide has done very well in near term. Just do check, always check the quarterly result. If it is doing good, then please be invested. Otherwise, you can get out from that. Okay. So I think, guys, I think this is all here. I will not able to take all the question. Okay, because there are lot many questions are coming. So sorry for that, guys. If you want, no, you can in the comment box after this live session will be there. In the comment box you put it. In future I'll take that questions and also we'll make some video on that. Okay, so again, guys, thank you very much for joining. And as I told you, no, do attend. I think we'll meet on Sunday on that this workshop. Okay, it is costing 15, and I'm going to give you to completely. We do attend that workshop. If you got this value, guys, you'll be amazed because I am going to give you 21 golden rules. Again, if you're not subscribe to our channel, do subscribe it, and also subscribe to our Telegram channel. And please uh, do share with your friends and relatives if you think it is an important session. जिनको बैंकिंग सेक्टर समझना है उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा था ये. So do you feel yes it is good? Then just type good in the chat box. Then do share it. So if you share knowledge, I think it will come back to you. That is what I believe. It's law of attraction at the end of the day. Correct. We will meet next time. Okay. We'll keep it at 7. I'll announce the date and subscribe the channel. Click that bell icon so you'll get the notification. I'll see you soon in the workshop on Sunday. Okay. Chale, thank you very much, guys. Have a great day and thanks for joining and staying so late for completely 1 hour. Okay. Chale, thank you. Bye bye. See you.